Hey everyone, welcome back. Have you ever felt like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, facing a problem so big it feels like you're in a lion's den? Well, today we re-diving into a powerful story about a man named Daniel who literally was in a lion's den, and we're going to unpack his strategy for not just surviving, but thriving. This isn't just an old story. It's a timeless blueprint for facing your own modern-day lions. Whether it's a tough project at work, a personal challenge, or a major life decision. So let's set the scene. Daniel was a top official in the kingdom, known for his wisdom and integrity. He was so good at his job that King Darius planned to put him in charge of the whole kingdom. But here's where the trouble starts. The other officials got super jealous. They couldn't stand the thought of Daniel getting promoted over them. They knew Daniel was a man of unshakable faith who prayed to his God 3 times a day, every single day. So they hatched a sneaky plan. They went to the king and flattered him, saying, "Oh, great King Darius, you're so amazing. Let's make a new law. For the next 30 days, anyone who prays to any god or human other than you, king, will be thrown into the den of lions." The king, caught up in the flattery, didn't see the trap and signed the decree. The law was sealed, and in that kingdom, once a law was made, not even the king could change it. Most of us would probably try to find a loophole. Maybe pray quietly in a closet, or just skip praying for a month until the danger passed. But not Daniel. The moment he heard about the new law, what did he do? He went home, opened his windows facing Jerusalem, got down on his knees, and prayed, just as he had always done. He didn't hide. He didn't compromise his principles. He faced the threat head-on by staying true to who he was. This is the first part of the Daniel's Den strategy, unwavering consistency. When faced with a crisis, don't abandon your core values or your good habits. In fact, that's when you need them most. Your daily disciplines are what build the strength you'll need to face the lions. Daniel's courage didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was forged through a lifetime of faithfulness. They caught him in the act and rushed to the king. King Darius was devastated. He realized he'd been tricked and that his new law was a death sentence for his most trusted advisor. He spent the entire day trying to find a way to save Daniel, but his hands were tied. At sunset, he had no choice but to give the order. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. But even as he did it, the king said something remarkable to Daniel. "May your God, whom you serve so consistently, rescue you." A large stone was rolled over the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own ring. Imagine the fear, the darkness, the sound of hungry lions. The king had a terrible night, unable to eat or sleep. But what about Daniel? The next morning, at the first light of dawn, the king rushed to the den and called out in a desperate voice, "Daniel, has your God been able to rescue you from the lions?" And from inside the den, a voice called back, "My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions." When they pulled Daniel out, he didn't have a scratch on him. Why? Because he had trusted in his God. This is the core of the strategy. Trust in the face of overwhelming odds. This trust isn't passive. It's an active choice we make, built on the foundation of our consistent daily actions. So, how can we apply the Daniel's Den strategy today? First, identify your core principles. What are the non-negotiables in your life? Second, practice them consistently, especially when it's easy, so they become second nature. Have the courage to open your window and be true to yourself. And finally, trust that you have the strength to see it through. The lions you face might be intimidating, but with the right strategy, you'll find you have everything you need to shut their mouths. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that helps you face life's challenges. See you in the next video.